everybody. So, you know what today is? Today is the 7th of August. And there's a full moon today, and there's a lunar eclipse today, and it's quite an extraordinary time. This is a really interesting month because then you have 8/8 tomorrow, and then you have a new moon on the 21st, and a total solar eclipse, and all kinds of craziness this month. So I'm going to relax, and I'm just going to focus on the full moon and the lunar eclipse wisdom for this video. So we'll just relax and we'll see what Spirit has to share with us, okay? there's some giggly sort of energy going on in the introduction of this. It just feels really like popcorn popping, but it's giggly. I'm not convinced it's all about giggles and laughter just yet. This is only the beginning. Let's see how things shift and change. If it stays happy, I'm all for it. So I'm walking into the essence of wisdom. There's lots of people here. There's lots of people here. It's ridiculous numbers of people standing here, human beings standing here. It's sort of like a really, really big room. How many people? 1 billion people? I mean, it just seems like there's a horizon of human beings standing, waiting. Actually waiting for like God or the higher universe or wisdom from a higher plane to tell them what to do next. People seem like they're sort of lost and confused. They made it to the conference, but where's the message for me? Where's the direction for me? What am I supposed to do next? God says, look around you. Did you just come here all by yourself, just to talk to me all by yourself? You all came here together, looking for the same thing. When are you going to start realizing that you're all in this together? That you can find the God within each other, the support, the love, the ascension, the future reality of joy and happiness that you're looking for simply by looking and discovering there are 1 billion people here looking for the exact same thing as you. So why are you looking for one God right now? Why aren't you discovering that you are one God? There's 1 billion gods, 1 billion human beings. We're each a fraction of the totality, right? We're all a part of God's heart, which makes us a God ourselves. We are our own God and goddesses. And we're all here for each other. We just haven't discovered that yet. We haven't figured out that instead of looking out there for God, we have to find God here and in each other. We have to find God as in us all. And so next door to you, right next to you, behind you, way over there, way back there, also God is in all of us. These human beings are perplexed and confused right now. They still haven't figured it out yet. God says that's okay. I'm patient. He can't tell us what to do. He can't just make the decisions for you. He can't be the rooster crowing at 5 a.m. and telling you to get up. In the end, you have to decide whether you will get up or you will not get up. In the end, you have to decide. God can put in opportunities before you, but you will either choose them or you will not choose them. So God can only do so much. In the end, you have to be the one to decide the next step. And God says, I too am patient. A lot of these human beings have been patiently waiting for God when all along they hadn't discovered they were God all along and that they were in this thing together. And so we've been patiently waiting for what? For us to realize the reality that we were surrounded by love, by God, by supportive people, by like minds, by soulmates. For some reason, we're still wearing the blinders that we are the only one in our world and nobody understands us. We are living on a planet that is in disarray and we are all struggling in our own unique ways, but we all feel mental, emotional, physical pain. We are all in this bucket together. Why are we not helping each other? Why are we not allowing others to help us in return? Why are we choosing to just wait for God to give us the answer? These billion people here in this massive space are still not getting it yet. I say to the front row people, how'd you get tickets to the front row? How'd you get all the way up to the front? How come you're so lucky to be in the front where those people way back there, how were they supposed to push through this crowd in order to get to the front? How did you get to the front? You're like at the front of the rock show. How did you make it to the front? That's what I say to them. I'm talking to the first 3 rows of people, and there's lots of them here. Nobody has a face. I could not possibly tell gender. Everybody seems to be wearing very similar clothing, and it's not as if it's modern day. It's kind of like old school Jesus style looking clothes. Just cloth that hangs, different colored cloth that hangs, and nobody has a face. And I can't see hair or anything like that. I do not see what looks like females. I see what looks like males, but I wouldn't be able to say. I can't see gender in any of this. There's just forms of human beings. I say, which one of you would like to have a face in the crowd? There, the heartbeat of I'm standing at the front of the crowd. I'm realizing I'm standing at the front of the crowd. I'm not one that is the 8 billion people. I mean, it might as well be 8 billion people. There's just there's just forms of people standing here, lots and lots and lots, for as far as the eye can see. I mean, it's just crazy. It's a crazy space. And I'm discovering that I am standing at the front, as though I am the speaker. And I am speaking to these in the front rows, who could hear me, who could see me, who could access me. And I'm saying, why, how did you get all the way up here? And which one of you would like to have a face in the crowd? The heartbeats are racing. It's sort of overwhelming and trying to catch the breath. There's some anxiety about this. So I sit down on, there's like a space that is elevated, so I could stand at the top and look out, but I'm sort of standing on the ground level with everybody else. I'm sort of walking up the steps, and I'm sitting down on the elevated. I'm not standing up there by a podium or anything. Nobody stands up, so I just go to stand on the podium at the elevated space, and I say, if none of you will choose to have a face, then I will choose to have a face. If you are too afraid, then I suppose I will be the fearless one. So I take my place in front of the podium, and I check to see if the mic is on. Whether or not these billions of people will listen is their choice. But at least I can try. I say, hello? Are you out there? Can anybody hear me? It's funny. Just imagine you're come to give a speech, and people are waiting for the most profound things to be said, right? And then you just tap and say, just pretend like nobody's there and say, hello, is anybody out there? It's kind of funny. People are starting to hear me. There's talking back and forth amongst people. I ask, what is it that you would like me to say that would make each and every one of you feel better? Did you come here to feel better? Or did you come here to feel worse? Why did you come here? Were you waiting for someone to speak? How hard have you been listening? I say each one of you been spoken to throughout your lifetime, but when were you listening to that little voice in your head? You need a human being to speak to you. You need an alien being to speak to you. You need angels to come out from behind the veil to speak to you, and only then will it be the wisdom that you are seeking. Why did you come here? Will somebody speak up already? Or am I the only one who will speak up for you? I'm not you. I can't speak for you. I can only speak for myself. So who then will speak for you if not you? When will you choose to speak for yourself? When will you choose to have a face? There is a very odd feeling that comes from the crowd. The crowd is starting to merge together into one form, and it's a massive, ugly energy. Like an energy monster starting to manifest from all of their hearts. It's coming out. I smile and I say, I am so happy you are letting go of this. This is a lot more complicated for me to explain what this means right now in words. I hear a message that says the beast is coming out of them. I hear a message that says their ego, they are releasing ego, the ego monster, the demon within. But it's interesting because the massive crowd, the total crowd, the huge horizon of crowds merges as one energy. And from that one energy is a horrific, demonic energy that comes out of all of their hearts, out of their mental bodies, their heart portals, everything. It's just coming out as a gooey, massive, demonic energy. It feels gross. It feels sick to my stomach. It feels unhealthy. It feels nasty. It feels angry. But it needs to be dealt with. We need to face our fears. We need to face ourselves in the mirror. We need to find the monster within. We need to allow that monster to come out so it can be healed. If we keep hiding behind ourselves, behind our fears, we aren't facing our shortcomings, what is that manifesting? That's manifesting more of the same world. The people wanting to have a face forward, but they don't want anybody to know who they truly are on the inside because they themselves don't even want to work on themselves. This is a total disaster energy coming out. I'm still watching it pouring out. But I feel happy about this in my heart. Despite how awful this looks, I am joyful in my heart as I see this. I couldn't be happier. I am so happy. I smile so big and my heart starts to glow. I start to jump up and down and make silly noises to the heavens. I start to call angels in to heal the hearts, to manifest transformation. I say, let's all help. Let's all pitch in. Let's all heal. Let's all welcome the transformation of this energy release. Let's all love it. Let's all care about it. Let's all help it to heal. Let's all help it to remember what real love feels like so it can become love as well. It has forgotten itself through anger and hatred and feeling squashed under a boot and not having an opportunity to breathe the air, feeling stressful, feeling anxieties, horrible physical ailments that'll never go away, the tortures of life. Each soul has carried that burden, much so like Jesus carries the heavy cross as sort of a symbol for carrying all of our sins. Well, we too carry that cross as well. We too carry those burdens through the simple challenges of each and every day. And some of them are not simple at all. Some of them are very complicated. Some of them are overwhelming. Some of them are scary. Some of them make us not want to live anymore. We all carry the burden for each other. And we all need to start loving and supporting each other. Because these souls that we are just trying the best that we know how. But we have to keep choosing to rise above just being a faceless person in the crowd. We have to start to say it is time now to have a voice, to have a face, to be that persona. But maybe it isn't meant for you. Why would you watch this video if you didn't come here to have a voice, you didn't come here to want to help another soul out? Why would you be watching this video? You just want human beings to ascend. You don't want to participate in inspiring that to happen. You just want it to happen. A lot of people just want to find their soulmates already. A lot of people want to just win the lottery already. Maybe we just need to wait. Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we don't have to be the one to participate. Maybe we can just let Abby do it, or let all the other people that are trying on YouTube to speak about the spirit realm and alien beings and all of that. Maybe we can just let them do it. You have a gift. You have a gift. You have a voice. You have experiences. You have a vision. You have wisdom that is called your unique lifetime that your soul lived. And you can just talk about that. And you can help other people who are going through the same things that you have went through, just to let them know they're not alone. You don't have to be a master spiritual guru to have something of value to share, you know? Spirit asks, how long, Abby, will it take for humanity to purge out all of the pain and suffering it has endured through all of these lifetimes, thousands and thousands of years? They show me the human race as one human being. What would that one human being look like? 8 billion people on a planet now as one human being. What would that one human being look like? That's for you to decide. 8 billion people with miserable problems that they're juggling. Now let's put all those problems together and now manifest just one human being to endure all of those problems. What does that one human being look like? Does that one human being look like you? Spirit says yes. Believe it or not, we may see our lives as individual lives. We don't relate to everybody. We don't believe that we are starving children in Africa because we aren't children starving in Africa. But we are enduring their pain. We are enduring every single individual soul's pain because we are all one. We aren't individuals. That's the illusion. And when we do not care about each other, we are not caring about our soulmates. We're not caring about God, because we're all God's heart. That soul isn't doing a good enough job. We have to let it go, and we have to just start saying, you know what, I'm strong enough to help, and I'm going to pitch in and make a difference. So how long will it take to heal that one human being? I'm going to that human being. I'm going to talk to that one human being. That is a reflection of all souls merged as one soul, one energy. That one reflection still has strength within itself to overcome. But it also feels paralyzed. It feels hung on a noose. It feels choked. It feels abandoned. It feels like it can't think clearly. It has too many thoughts on its mind. It can't see the road ahead anymore. It can't feel its feet beneath its body. It feels numb. It feels stuck. It feels like it just wants to be held, but it would never admit to that. because it is too strong to admit that it is so weak. It is being tortured and molded and shaped into something either destroyed or reborn. It's like Frankenstein's monster. It's something about, they show me what is molding and shaping through chaos, through the gift of chaos. Do we then overcome chaos and now understand more about love? But you can only endure so much molding and shaping before the final product is either destroyed by its own misery, by its own, it just can't, it gives up, it can't survive any more of this, or it is reborn, totally transformed, like a miracle takes place. Like waking up one day and suddenly discovering your higher self is you all along, and you can just raise your frequency to just be the profoundness that you are, instead of remaining in the illusionary world where you can only understand as much as you can understand. What is 1 plus 1? Okay, well, that's 2. Well, where do angels live? I don't know. Let's just try to make sense of things by what we know or don't know based on what we see or cannot see. That is the human race. You're still talking about this. How long will it take to heal humanity? How long will it take for this one to heal? How long will it take to transform the ego monster? I say, I'm talking to them. If I am all souls, then why can't I, as one, heal all the souls by just inspiring them all? If I am all the souls, how come I can't just snap my fingers and become one with all the souls and then help them discover? How come I can't just do that? If the illusion is I am all souls, how come I can't just then be everybody and change the world that way? Spirit wants to ask you a question. They ask you, do you think that you and Abby are one? And if Abby could be you, do you think Abby has a right to make decisions for you in your life? Do you think Abby has a right to just be you? Do you think Abby has a right to just invade your experience? Spirit smiles, because this conversation is still all about being an individual versus being one. When we are all one, we aren't invading each other's space. We are all working as one unit, seamlessly working together. We still, as a human race, have not discovered that yet. How to seamlessly work together, how to appreciate each other's souls, how to just simply appreciate each other, even what we would define as the most evil or the worst of us, even to appreciate them, to actually discover how to heal all the souls. Healing the souls is helping the souls remember what true love is. If humanity cannot recall what true love is, unconditional love, Christ consciousness style love, then we are still working on ascending, aren't we? How long will human ascension take? Will it just take one moment, a crack of thunder and lightning, and now suddenly, bam, we've ascended? Or will it take self-discovery, teamwork, and a choice to love for human ascension to take place? And how long will it take? How long does it take for a baby to grow into a fully functional adult? Does that baby do it all by themselves, or are they nurtured and helped along the way? Are they supported? Is it a team effort? Human ascension is like that as well. The crowd is saying, I don't want to. The crowd is speaking through action. I went back to check on that demon, and either A, it is fully released, or B, they have absorbed it back into themselves and are choosing to be faceless individuals. So both realities are existing simultaneously. It feels horrible for me to experience the secondary version where they all just absorb it all into themselves and continue to just be a faceless, voiceless form of a human. That feels worse to me than human beings releasing their pain and suffering together as one and supporting each other. That was the part that was missing, is the human beings all releasing their pain and suffering but not supporting each other in the process. They were all merging together as one and releasing this chaos, but there was the love was not coming from the forms. It was coming from me. It was coming from an outer source. It was coming from some other place in order to help all of them. I'm studying this. This is wisdom. I'm studying what Spirit is telling me about the human race and about the human race right now. Every part of this story is wisdom. Like reading it out of a textbook where all the answers are a part of each and every one of us. We have to think for ourselves. We have to explore what it all means. So I'm just going to pause for a moment. This is where I'm going to stop the video message. They showed me a scene where all of the billions of people standing here waiting for God to change their lives for them were instantly, we went back to the plan B or whatever. They absorbed all the darkness back into themselves, and they continue to remain faceless and voiceless in a voiceless crowd. They all perished. Hold on, okay. So they all perished, and in their perished state, there was nothing left but me standing at a podium. The spirit realm was out talking to me about compassion. The human beings, they feel like the spirit realm needs, or alien beings, or some other higher source needs to have compassion, because they can't do it by themselves anymore. So their hearts are calling out for angels, for God, for alien beings, for somebody to help them. They don't believe in themselves anymore. They don't believe in the human race anymore. And because they don't believe in the human race, they are hoping for a miracle. They are hoping for God to come out of the sky and help them. They're talking about compassion right now. A single teardrop to be shed from some place that cares about the human race, because the human race doesn't care about itself anymore. This conversation is a big deal to me, because human beings have the ability to just wake up already and start discovering that we are the ones that are choose ascension, or we don't. We need to stop relying on somebody else to save us. Why can't we just choose to save ourselves? Why can't we choose to be that voice, be that face? Why are we just choosing to accept facelessness, voicelessness, and waiting for somebody, Jesus, to come back and rescue us? Somebody to help us. Who was there to help Jesus in the end? The human race didn't give a shit about Jesus in the end. The human race is the one that persecuted him. His friends didn't go and try and say no to this. There was no war or anybody to say, no, we will not stand for this injustice against Jesus. There was no desire to overthrow the government at that time. Human race chose for Jesus to go on the cross and die. So now the human race again is choosing to allow the either the destruction, or we choose to wake up already and start caring about each other. Why are we waiting for God to care about us? We are God. We are God. I am God. You are God. Everybody is God. That is how you find empowerment. That is how you find your potential. If you are not God, then who are you? You're a slave to society. You are a slave to a master teacher, because you are not you have not mastered anything. You are weak. You are giving up. You are allowing somebody else to do what you can do for yourself. So some of us have to say, I can. Some of us have to say, I can. If nobody says I can, then we should all just perish under the boot of some people who are so ego inflated that they want the world in the palm of their hand, and we just let that happen. And then we deserve it. We all deserve it. Don't you think we deserve it? Because we are looking out there for salvation when we need to be finding it within ourselves. You see that? You see how that works? So now we have something to think about. This full moon and the lunar eclipse, these messages never go away. I feel like I say the same thing over and over and over again. I really want to say other things, but Spirit is just, I have to talk about this stuff. This always is the message. I guarantee that come new moon and solar eclipse, the message is going to be the same. Wake up. It's your time. It's your turn now. It's time to discover what you came here for. It's time to stand up and be yourself. Yourself is being your higher self. That is honoring you. That is honoring your soul. That is honoring God. That is honoring every angel. That is honoring the alien beings. That is honoring me. That is honoring everybody. When you choose to stand up and just be yourself, what is preventing you from being yourself? You have to, spiritual journey isn't about waiting for something to happen, doing yoga and eating right. It's about self-discovery. You also have to examine your emotional body, your mental body, your fears, and you have to start taking steps to face that stuff and now become empowered and strong. The more you face your fears, the more empowered you're going to become. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of people thinking less of you? That's pathetic. You need to get over it. You're afraid of what your family might think of you. You're afraid of what your boyfriend or girlfriend might think of you. You're afraid of losing your job. These fears are the reason why there's billions of faceless, voiceless individuals carrying a burden in their own lonely worlds, wanting God to come out of the sky and just please take it all away. That's not how human ascension works. We either choose to ascend or we do not. We choose to let everybody else do the work for us, and then what did we come here for? So that's it. That's all I have to say. This is like a stick it to 'em message, but that's the message. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're finding the feet beneath you. I hope you are finding the strength within you. I hope you're discovering how amazing you are. I hope you're discovering your true potential. I hope that all of the challenges you have endured in this life, you are discovering they were so valuable in order to bring out the powerful angel that you are. the voice that you truly have in order to help other people that are enduring the same challenges. Start standing up and saying it's time now, because you really are an incredible person, and you need to start acknowledging that about yourself too. It's okay to be a weirdo. You can go places being a weirdo too, and you can inspire people to shine brighter and feel less embarrassed or ashamed just trying to bumble through their words and say something profound about love. We're not used to speaking about love in this way. You can't expect yourself to just let it out and it's going to be amazing. I tried and tried and tried to let it out, and it took me time to get to this point in my life. Making YouTube videos, practicing, trying to share my story in some way. No matter what people thought of me, no matter how my friends or family thought of me, no matter what would happen with my career, I had to speak because I just had to. I was dying inside. Not being able to be myself was making me feel miserable. I have a right to want to be myself. Even if the world doesn't want me to be me, well, screw you, world. I'm just going to be me because I need to do that for myself. And God needs me to do that for myself too, because our hearts are one. And the rest of the world needs me to do that for myself as well, because that heals all the other hearts across the globe. Even if I can't be everybody else, I'm actually happy about that. But at least I can ignite a little bit of fire and joy in your heart by manifesting more joy and love in my own heart. Now I can help all the hearts feel more love inside. The more we heal each other, the more we heal as a totality. And healing starving children in Africa is going to heal the depression and mental anguish of the first world countries. I'm telling you, us healing each other is going to heal everybody. Because we're all part of this. We feel, we sense, we experience the burden and the nightmare of all the souls. Even if we don't consciously, we feel it and we endure it in other ways. So we are all suffering because we're all suffering. And we need to start helping and supporting each other. And you can do it. You can do it. Got it? You can do it. All right. Well, I'm going to say for this video, that's it. I'm done. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in exploring a one-on-one session with me, please visit me at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you again, and I wish you a wonderful day.